I just feel like any guy that thinks or wants to, like Kevin was saying, like people are coding whatever to be able to remove that red light to see what's actually there. They should be a registered sex offender. That's my. All right. What's up, and welcome to the first episode of Boys Kasa. My name is Nana, aka Nana Bakopet, and to my left we
got Josh, aka Legit Sam.
I'm simply James.
Yeah, that's James. James the guy. And then in the background we have
Kevin,
boy Kevin.
Yes, sir.
All right, like I said, welcome to our first episode. We're gonna hop right into things, talk about some current events. All these challenges going on, man. What do y'all think?
What kind of challenge are you talking
First of all, let's go listen up. I know we got the silhouette. Am I saying it right?
The who?
The silhouette.
Silhouette challenge?
Yeah, the naked challenge.
Yeah.
The naked challenge.
The red light challenge.
The red light challenge. And then there's, what's the other
The
one?
busted.
The busted challenge. And then there's another dance that I saw Megan Thee Stallion do today.
I don't know nothing that you're talking about right now.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, you sent me one the other day.
Me? He probably did.
He probably did.
But nah, the silhouette challenge. The silhouette challenge. What do y'all think about that? What's the guy's perspective? Be truthful. Be truthful.
I think it's I'm gonna say it's a very risky challenge.
What's risky? Define risky. What do you mean by that?
I mean, at the end of the day, people can post what they want, do what they want, but I feel like posting something like that is just, I think it's risky. Like, it comes with its risk.
Are you trying to say it's inviting something that it should not?
You said inviting something that should not? I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I say that, like, for instance, like, we got people out here that are down bad, and they try to remove that red light. I feel like with that, like, it's obviously, like, it's creepy, like, that people really got the time to do that, but I think that's one of the things that kind of comes with, like, posting something like that. It's sad, but it's kind of true.
I mean, to me, it's crazy that someone would spend time out there a day.
It's ridiculous.
Probably get off of work and then, take their time and try to take the red light off of that. That's, you got a lot of time on your hands to do something like that. But my thing is, it's kind of like sending nudes and stuff like that, right? Like, I was told never to send a nude because you just never know what happens. After you press send, that picture is out there or whatever.
Now you're just putting that all.
It's out there, you feel me? I don't know. Yes, I might trust you. Yes, you might be my girl or whatnot. But, you might have an argument. You might get mad, send it out there, whatever. My naked picture is out there, you feel me? Mm-hmm. So I just think it's super risky, like you were saying, to put, technically you're not naked, but to put that video out there, you don't know what could possibly happen from that video.
But at the same time, a lot of people, I feel like a lot of women don't care though, or like a lot of people that post it don't care, like, this.
I just feel like any guy that thinks or wants to, like Kevin was saying, like people are coding whatever to be able to remove that red light to see what's actually there. They should be a registered sex offender. That's
a legit thing.
That's nasty.
Because that's literally like, at the same time, like, all of the videos out there, that's like a invasion of privacy kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, going out of your way to like do something like that, it's kind of like an invasion of privacy.
But then again, though, you've put that video out there free of charge, so anybody can do whatever they want to do with it. I'm not saying that's right, but you've already put it on the public. I'm sure Instagram's, what's it called? The
terms and conditions?
Yep, the little things that nobody reads. I'm sure it says that as soon as you put this on here, it's public, it's free of charge to everybody to use it to do whatever they want. So on that flip side, if somebody want to be a creep with it, that's them. But of course, it's not right to do it, to use it for that.
It's sad, but the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
Now the question is, how would you feel if your girl was doing something like that?
I'm single.
I'm single, mustard. Yeah, I'd have a problem with it personally.
Kevin?
So you have a problem with it?
Yeah.
Kevin?
What?
If your girl was doing that?
My girl wouldn't do that.
Hey, I like that answer. But let's say, what if?
Me personally, I'm not gonna be with somebody that's comfortable with doing that. That's why I said my girl wouldn't do that.
Okay.
So would you talk to a girl? Would you slide in a girl's DMs? You saw a girl put the video up. She was looking good. She's in your city. Would you hit her up?
I wouldn't, because in that case, it would be more like, oh, you saw my video, so I'll just be the other guy, the next guy that's just sliding her DMs.
Like all the other dudes.
I'm just a regular dude now.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I want to point out that Kevin, you before we started the video, you were saying something about Mike Todd saying something about the video.
Yeah, he was going on, I don't know what Sunday service he did, but basically he was going on a like little mini preaching about, men having to step up, be leaders, the classic pull your pants up, lead, dominate, stuff like that, and then women to be more modest. And then he mentioned the challenges like a little bit. And for some reason that sparked controversy on Twitter. So everybody was going in on him. But my thing is, I'm like, why would you expect a pastor, like a Christian pastor,
to agree with silhouette?
Now I saw him trending and everything like that. Like I think I went on my timeline and I was like, oh, I hate on Mike Todd now. But you know exactly what he said?
What? He's
Like, do you know?
He was literally like, women should be more modest. They shouldn't post stuff like that.
Yeah, he was just speaking on modesty and something else.
Before we get too deep, I feel like that could be a whole episode on its own, because I feel like there's a lot that we can talk about that go into religion and all of that. But moving on, let's go ahead and dive right into the topic of the video. I don't know why y'all laughing. Of the video, which is being African, dating outside your race and outside your religion. I feel like that's a really big topic. Let me put the first thing out there. No,
Yeah, you go first.
let me put the first thing out there. Do you think you can date outside? Let's start with an easy one. Can you date somebody that's not Ghanaian or from Ghana?
Yeah, I could date.
It's not what?
Ghanaian.
You know what I mean? I'm not from there.
You know what I meant. Do you think you can date somebody
Yeah, I could.
that is not?
Yeah.
Would it have to be specific by country? Would you date outside the continent of Africa?
Date? Yeah.
Okay, when I say date to marry.
Depending on the person.
You can't just date just date.
You can't just date. So you can
Yeah,
date
I would
somebody
date just to date.
outside the continent of Africa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
Kevin, would you say you could?
Yeah.
I mean, just be
outside the continent. Not just not being Ghanaian, but like outside.
Just in general, like
Just in
no
general.
no like specifics or nothing. Like
When you said
no possibility.
when you said date, I was gonna say yes, but then you mentioned date to marry.
Date to marry.
And
Yeah.
We can't hold it now. We can't.
You can't just be out here
Can't be out just dating like
just giving free spots away.
Yeah, I don't. Me personally, simply because like I don't want to have to explain certain things about my culture constantly and have her to like
You're always a teacher.
assimilate to it. Yeah, it'd be different. Like if it was, let's say, like a black girl from America, I could see myself dating to marry. But any other place, like she's Asian or
where
what's
the
it called?
cultures
Hispanic.
kind of collide.
Yeah, I don't know if long term that would work. So for
Okay.
me, I would say no.
For me, I would say, okay, I've been there, I've done it, and it didn't
I was
work,
about to say.
and it didn't work. So I would say no. Obviously, just because of the culture, when you have thinking long term, when you have kids and all that, just to be more generalized, maybe the mother might be with the kids more, or vice versa. I can't just be the only one teaching the kid about the culture. You feel me?
Right.
Two can teach better than just one.
Right.
And just foods, like religion, there's a whole thing that goes into it than just just being African. I feel like just the cultures just might not clash. Some people is easier for them, because I got a couple of uncles that married African Americans and they're happy.
Right.
Like they're good. They've made it work.
Right.
But I feel like not everybody can make it work.
I just feel it depends on who the girl is, or who the guy is, the other significant other or whatever. Some people are cool. Like, there was a point in time where I was dating a girl, which everything was cool, and she wasn't Ghanaian or anything like that. But I thought about, I could see myself possibly being married to this person. But then after a while, you start to realize that, in just in my case, that there are certain things that you're saying. One of y'all said that you don't want to explain certain things to them.
Yeah.
I think earlier was talking about that. It was a video, I think a couple months ago, where it was a guy who was driving, I think a girl's car or something like that, and then like his mom and his girls kind of arguing about who's sitting in the front seat. If I was dating with a Ghanaian girl or whatever, I feel like just the way our culture is, you're automatically moving to the back seat and
out of respect.
Let the mom sit
in the front.
Even if that's your car, it's just a thing that I feel like just grew up that. It's kind of like we go to parties and stuff like that.
Just not to interrupt you, I think with that too, that's just like an African thing. I don't think that's just strictly Ghanaian.
Yeah, that's my fault.
That's a whole
That's Africa, I guess. But with me, we go to parties and stuff like that. I'm tired. I go to work. I work my 9 to 5 too, like everybody else. But when even if someone's like 40 walk in the room, you have to get up and let them sit in your seat, right? So it's just certain things just like that, or even like taking money back to your family back home and stuff like that. Right. If I was dating a girl who's outside my culture, she might not understand why
sending money
you're
back
taking
home.
care of somebody like, back then or whatever. Yeah. So I mean, you might be able to be lucky and find some girl who like understands everything that might be cool, and it could work. But me personally, where I am right now, I'm staying on the Ghanaian side. You feel me? I'm happy here. I have to keep it that way.
Yeah, I think in most cases it's it's possible, but it's not ideal. I think that's really what it comes down with.
Yeah. Unless you want to clash cultures, you want to raise your kids up.
Because there are people out here that wouldn't mess with a Ghanaian or an African in general. Like there are Africans that won't mess with another African.
Yeah,
I'm saying like people make it work. Like not even like saying Debbie it down or anything. People make it work, but I don't think
it'll be easier if it was this and this.
It'd just be more like everybody like to say compatible.
Yeah.
How do you think your parents would react like if you were to bring like a white girl home?
So I just came from home or whatever, so I was talking to my parents or whatnot, and we was having this conversation or whatever, right?
Hold on, let's not just say white before we start trending on Twitter.
And outside of
your culture,
outside the context,
gotta be politically correct here.
A Caucasian.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
What's your act name again? Everybody know your act name, so they come at you.
Those of lighter complexion.
Nah, but anything, honestly, because in our culture, even in, let's say you're Ghana, you still have different
tribes.
You have different tribes and stuff like that, which some people don't really want the mixed tribes and stuff like that.
Right.
So I was having a conversation with my parents about that, and thank God my parents are real relaxed and cool. In their mind, it's like, as long as you love that girl and, she's a Christian, then I mean, at the end of the day, my parents are not going to be in my marriage. They're not going to wake up in my home. It's going to be me and my wife. Yeah. So as long as I'm okay with it and everything's cool, they're cool with it too. That's because I'm lucky though.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I think y'all had some. You have anything to say to that? That aspect, or just marrying outside for?
For me, like for my parents, I never actually had the conversation with them. But I think that my parents, for me, I think my parents are pretty chill. I think that they wouldn't necessarily, but I think they wouldn't do it like, how some Africans, like, they don't care, like, even in front of the girl, they'll like
go hard.
Like, who is this to you to buy here? I don't think my parents would be like that if they felt some type of way. I don't know if they would. I don't think they would, but certain things you just can never really tell. But I don't think my parents would trip.
Yeah.
I know your mom, bro. I know your mom, bro. That's all I'm saying. Don't lie to the camera.
Everybody knows my mom. It's just not happening. I'm gonna just leave it as that.
All right, so now let me ask everybody a question or whatever, right? Like I know I went through a phase where like, I guess I didn't really care at all. Like I was dating I'm not saying anything, but anyone. Like, I was dating all types of girls or whatever.
Right.
I didn't really care.
Right.
Like, what was the point of us doing that though? Like, did you think you was gonna get married to that person, or you wasn't even thinking that deep? Like, why were we doing that? Like now I know that I want to get married to a Ghanaian, so I'm only sticking to Ghanaians and everything like that.
I feel like, just to be serious, I feel like it was just a point where we hadn't really matured yet, so we're just thinking, oh, we can make it work.
Right.
Just knowing that even though we've not seen it done, we just felt like, oh, we're grown or whatever, we can make it work. Like, oh, I can do it. We can make it work. I like this girl,
Right.
We'll figure it out. But as time went on, and just like the little things, like for example, we're on the topic of, being African, like African girls and compared to, other cultures or whatnot.
Yeah.
If you're dating an African girl, Ghanaian girl, usually, for example, let's say we just ate dinner or whatever, right? And she will get the plates and start to wash dishes or whatever. From what I've been with, some race, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna wait for you to get up and do that. But that's just something that we're used to. That's what we've seen our mom, our dad, our uncles and stuff do. That's what we're used to.
Man, if you don't get your lazy butt up and go wash that plate.
No, I'm just saying. That's just the little things.
Yeah.
With my stuff or whatever, like, the thing is that I take care of myself, you feel me? So if me and my girl eat or whatever, right? We're done eating, I'm done first or whatever. And the place is sitting, I'm just gonna take them and do what I gotta do, whatever.
Right.
But I can't say for all cultures because I mean I have been with some African girls too. They just
lazy.
Yeah.
They just didn't care, you know. And the type of person I am, I know I like my stuff to be clean or whatever. Right. So if you get up and you wash your own plate, I'm like, damn. You said forget me, like I ate too. You feel me? Yeah. Just like how when I'm done, I'm gonna get your stuff too. So man, I like to get everything like 50-50. You feel me? Like, of course, I'm not sitting there taking notes like, oh, I did the dishes today. Okay, I'm not doing it tomorrow. But some people, real hard on that kind of stuff. But
I feel like maybe that was not a too good of a point because obviously that's something that can be learned or whatever. But Josh, you got anything about that?
I was gonna say kind of going back to the part of you asking what was the point of y'all going through that.
Yeah.
I think although you you know what you like and you might know what you want, sometimes you have to also see what you don't like in order to kind of realize that this is what I surely want.
Yeah. I honestly feel like relationships it's a trial and error thing, just with life.
It is.
If you don't try it, you don't know.
It is.
And
you tried everything, huh?
Okay. Right. Saying about trying. Let's go straight onto. We've talked about it being, just outside the continent, outside your culture.
Right.
Now let's talk about being outside your religion.
Right.
I can't do it.
I can't say nothing about that because I ain't never been there. Yeah, I ain't done it.
I ain't been on the road.
Anyone who has experience doing that, just go ahead and just let us know.
Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Well, for me, it was just one time. I didn't really date this girl, but I was really interested in her, and she was Muslim. But, I was, we were flirting or whatever and seeing what was happening, and she was real cool. I could see, she was real cool. But then something happened where, I went to, one of their events, and they were, praying and doing, whatever it's called, Jumu'ah or whatever. And it gave me such a culture shock that I was like,
you can handle this?
Yeah, I was like, this, because that's when it really hits you, oh, snap.
Yeah.
Is this something I really want to do it for the rest of my life?
Yeah, so it wakes you up.
Honestly, yes, I was with somebody that was Muslim. It's a good person, good girl, whatever, the whole 9 yards. But going into it, I felt like I could do it. I honestly didn't have a problem with it. Being, but then again, that's all I'm saying. It's something that's learned. I had never been in that position before. But going into it, I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong with actually trying. I don't mind. But speaking with, older people, parents, whatever, it's more to it than just YouTube. Families involved,
right.
Family compatibility. There's more to it than just that. You have kids, what religion are they going to study? Are they going to be half and half? Or are they going to be both?
Half and half.
Now you feel me though? It's what are you going to show them? Because
it creates
the Bible and the Quran are two different things.
Right. Yeah. So
it's like one of those things where you don't really realize you can go in it with the mindset of it not being a problem, but you don't see the problem until the problem is actually in your face.
Yeah. And we're not saying that there's a problem though. We're just saying that this just our because there's nothing wrong with
me personally. I respect everybody in all the religions and whatever they believe in, but I just feel for my lifestyle, if I'm dating somebody to marry them, I feel like it'd be best. It's in my best interest for them to also be Christian.
Yeah, because people tend to go with their kind usually,
right?
And it's fine to respect other people's religions and just see what will happen. But when you start thinking long term, that's when it really hits you.
That's when it really hits you.
Because now you have to figure out if you want to do what's the Ramadan or not with her, or she's
it's
exactly
it's
real things.
It's she praying and fasting and you try to
or you want to eat some pork or you can't eat no pork.
Yeah.
So I feel like
I don't know what that is, man.
Now with me, I knew from the jump. I knew that I wanted to be with someone who was Christian.
Right.
Preferably, the same church would have been cool, just because everything's even better. But I knew that from the jump. So I didn't really experiment when it came to dating a Muslim girl or anything like that. So I can't really say nothing on that.
Right. And just to wrap that up, but yeah, I mean, like we're saying, we're not condoning anything. Oh, don't marry outside your religion. You can do whatever you want. But
free life.
But it's more to it than just that. Like he's saying, down the line in the future, decisions are gonna come. Hard decisions are gonna come. So it's better to just nip it in the bud early. If you can't do it, I'm one person that I don't like conflict. You know, family bickering and all that. I don't like that, and that's something that I foresee happening if I were to put myself in that situation.
No. So how did that go? When you realized that, you know what, this ain't gonna work out, was that an awkward conversation?
I try to not make it awkward.
Which made it awkward.
I didn't. I didn't make it awkward. I relayed the message in a way that was understood.
Yeah,
Right.
that's tough. Cause
But
so
it is what it is.
Nah, I do have a question for you though. So like, being how you know your mom, did you like going into it? Did you ever envision like the conversation?
you don't
might
think
have-
this guy don't think.
the conversation that you might have to have with your no, like seriously, like in all seriousness.
I don't know. Like that's all that goes. Is like I'm saying, like it's a learning experience.
Right.
Of course, in that you see a pretty girl. You know, y'all compatible. Like y'all in sync.
So you don't really even think about.
You're not really thinking
that
about
stuff.
the like
Yeah.
you're saying like the
Yeah.
future. You're not really thinking about that.
Totally.
But obviously, the person, all that clouds your mind. You just see in them. But you're not really thinking about what's after that. So I feel like that's the space I was caught in when I realized and had those conversations, you know, with my folks, and then had a conversation with her.
I was scared for you. When you told me what was going on, I was like, hey, you know, I'm all down with love, you feel me? When you told me that, I was like,
I was not in love yet. Okay, can you relax with that?
you had the hard eyes and everything, bro. Relax. But when you told me that, I was like, yo, whenever your mom kills you, go ahead and leave everything to me. I want your car.
Okay.
But I was like, hey, you got it though. You know,
I'm dead. But all right, it's a good spot to end the show. But yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, you can date whoever you want. You can marry whoever you want. But just make sure that you're thinking about the future, not just momentary pleasure in just the moment.
Yeah.
You can also post whatever video you want.
But
Josh, you don't watch it.
Hey, if it's there,
you gonna download that app to take
Go
the
ahead,
rest
send it
off.
to me. Whoa.
All right, that's a wrap. All right, go ahead and follow us on IG. Everything's gonna be down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, the whole 9 yards.
Watch the
like,
video.
comment, subscribe, share, all that joint.
And we will see y'all next episode.
We out.
You're.